Okay guys, so today we're going to compare and order rational numbers. Now that you know how to convert everything to a decimal, we're going to put them in order least to greatest or greatest to least. So step one is to change everything to a decimal. So in elementary school, your teachers might have said convert everything to percents, or at least all the same form. This year it's going to be a lot easier if everything is a decimal. So we're going to convert everything to a decimal. Then we're going to line up all the numbers, group the negatives together, line them all up by the decimals, decide the order, and then rewrite the numbers in their original form. So let's look at your first example. We've got 3/8, 38/100, 36%, and 2/5, and we need to order them from least to greatest. So first, we're going to convert each one of them. So if you don't remember what the decimal form for 3/8 is, remember to come over here and do some long division. So we got 3 divided by 8. And 8 goes into 32 3 times. And 8 goes into 67 times. Subtract and bring down another 0. So 0.375. Alright, so you're going to convert anything that's not a decimal into a decimal and put it here. This would be a good place to pause for a little bit before I put the answers up. Okay guys, how'd you do? So we've got all of them put into decimal form, and then I know I needed to go from least to greatest, and negative 0.4 is further away from 0 than negative 0.838. So I was looking at my two negative numbers first. And negative 0.4 is further away from 0. So that came second, this one came first, and then I was to my positive numbers. 0.36 is smaller than 0.375. And this is the correct order. Guys, remember when you're watching these videos that if they don't make sense to you and you still don't know what I'm talking about, raise your hand and ask your teacher. We are there still in the room going, helping you through this. So fast forward, pause, rewind as you need to. All right, and ask questions. All right, let's go down to this one. So remember here, you're going to line up your decimals first and then number them in order. This time we are still going least to greatest. So go ahead and pause here, and then I will put the answers up. Okay guys, how'd you do? So the negatives, always look at the negatives first when you're going from least to greatest. Negative 2.2 is further away from 0 than negative 2.0. And then when I move to the positive side, then it's just the regular least to greatest. So 2.21 and then 2.23 is greater. See how I lined up all my decimals there? So here's the correct order. Remember, ask your teachers if you guys have questions. All right, let's try the back. So order these from least to greatest again, and we're going to write all those numbers here, and I'm going to put my negatives together first. So I'm going to put negative 413% here. Then I'm going to put negative 4 1/9 here before I convert them. And then 4 3/10, and then 4. All right, see what you can do. Convert them first, and then see if you can get the right order, least to greatest.
How'd you guys do? The correct answer is negative 413%, and then negative 4 1/9, 4, and lastly, the greatest number is 4 3/10. Good job, guys. Pat yourself on the back.
Aw, you messed me up.
All right, guys, we've got our last practice problem together after our guest speaker. Now we're going greatest to least, all right? So we're going to list our numbers over here, and if you want to put all the positives first and then the negatives at the bottom, you can do that. It is up to you. So I'm going to put my positive numbers here, 5/12, 0.41 is a positive number, and 42.5% is positive. And then I'm going to list my negatives together. So negative 2/5 and negative square root of 4. All right, guys, turn them into decimals. See if you can put them in the right order. Last problem together. Okay, guys, last problem. How'd you do? Least 42.5%, 5/12, 41 hundredths, negative 2/5, and square root of 4. Oops, look. This should be greatest to least. Right? All right, hope that helps, guys, and that makes sense. If not, raise your hand, ask your teacher, go back and watch this video. Hope that helps.